Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a seriously fascinating journey right into the future of waste technology. Specifically, we're looking at this incredible digital transformation happening over at Doko Recyclers. They're Nepal's very first dedicated e-waste management facility, and what they're doing is pretty amazing. They're taking all that stuff we usually just hide away in junk drawers or toss in the trash, and they're evolving their material recovery facility into a cutting-edge, high-tech hub. We're going to explore exactly how bringing AI into this sector is completely revolutionizing resource recovery. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's dive into this. 42,000. That is the staggering amount in tons of electronic waste that was generated in Nepal alone back in 2023. I mean, it's an almost incomprehensible figure when you just hear the digits, right? It's a massive, massive challenge for a landlocked country, and it represents a fast-growing crisis if it's left unmanaged. To give you a visceral sense of what 42,000 tons actually feels like in the real world, that equals the physical weight of 7,000 elephants. Literally, imagine 7,000 elephants just standing in the middle of a city. That is the sheer physical volume of discarded laptops, dead smartphones, broken cables, and old servers we are dealing with here. And the harsh reality? Without scientific handling at dedicated facilities, these metallic elephants don't just magically disappear. They break down, and their hidden poisons end up directly in our rivers, our groundwater, and our soil. And hey, just to zoom out for a quick second, consider the global scale. 62 million metric tons. That was the worldwide volume of e-waste generated in 2022 alone. It is, quite literally, a global tsunami of e-waste. This isn't just some regional issue. It is one of the absolute fastest-growing waste streams on the entire planet. So we've really got two choices here. We can either let the tsunami overwhelm us, or we can innovate. Moving on to Section 2, Inside the Urban Mine, Flipping Trash to Treasure. So this is where we completely shift our perspective. We go from looking at a massive environmental problem to seeing an incredible economic and technological opportunity. Because the innovators in this space, like the team at Doko Recyclers, they don't look at a pile of old tech and see trash. No way. They practice what's called urban mining. This is the practice of recovering precious, highly valuable metals directly from electronic waste. Think about it. Instead of digging these massive destructive holes in the earth, we can just mine our own cities. By formally extracting these materials, we're not only recovering critical resources for the economy, but we are also safely managing hazardous elements. We're keeping heavy metals like lead, mercury, and cadmium, basically the hidden poisons in our devices, far away from the local environment. Get this. Did you know that one single ton of smartphone printed circuit boards can actually contain up to 100 times more gold than a ton of natural gold ore pulled straight from the earth? Yeah, 100 times more. That is just a staggering metric. It brilliantly illustrates the sheer, untapped value locked inside this waste. It proves that the materials we so casually discard every day are incredibly resource-dense. But smart recycling isn't just about instantly shredding things down. What's really fascinating is Doko's operational hierarchy: recover, refurbish, reuse, and then finally recycle. Because at the end of the day, the absolute most sustainable electronic device is the one that has already been made. In fact, through their RRR project, they recently distributed 206 completely refurbished devices directly to under-resourced communities. So well before a laptop is broken down for its raw metals, they are giving that technology a second life and actively helping to close the digital divide. All right, Section 3, Enter Smart Recycling, the digital transformation. As the sheer volume of this waste keeps growing, the old methods simply can't keep up anymore. The industry has to undergo a massive digital transformation, stepping away from the past and integrating next-generation technology. Currently, an estimated 95% of e-waste in the region is handled by the informal sector. Now, what does that mean? It often means highly hazardous open-air burning just to melt away plastics and get to the copper and gold. It's incredibly dangerous for the workers, and it's heavily toxic for the air and soil. Right now, only 5% is handled by a safe, formal sector. Bridging that massive gap and providing a safe, formal alternative is just an absolute necessity. So, that brings us to the really massive question. How do we sort the future? When you have literally thousands of tons of mixed, highly complex electronics, stuff composed of plastics, rare earth metals, toxic chemicals, how on earth do you safely and efficiently separate all of that at scale? The answer lies in a complete paradigm shift. We are moving away from manual sorting, which requires extensive manual dismantling, is inherently really slow, and carries high exposure risks, over to AI smart recycling. This is the new era, folks. It's exceptionally safe, it's incredibly efficient, and it relies on material identification that happens in milliseconds. And this is exactly how Doko's material recovery facility, their MRF, is evolving from a traditional recycling center straight into a highly advanced tech hub. Which leads us to Section 4, AI in the facility, sorting at machine speed. So, the crucial point is exactly how does this technology operate? Well, we are talking about taking the entire process and supercharging it to run at literal machine speed. The future of sorting is intelligent, and it relies on microscopic precision. We start with AI-driven sorting systems that are equipped with advanced material sensors. As crushed electronic components fly down a conveyor belt, machine learning algorithms analyze them in real time. We're talking about identifying the exact material identity of a tiny fragmented piece of plastic or metal in actual milliseconds. It's a level of segregation accuracy that the human eye could literally never achieve, completely revolutionizing the efficiency of resource recovery. And the crazy thing is, AI isn't just for sorting your basic plastics and metals. It is absolutely critical for tackling what the industry calls black mass. With the huge rise of electric vehicles and e-cooking, lithium-ion battery recycling is hands down the fastest-growing subsector out there. Black mass refers to this highly valuable, yet super complex mixture of critical minerals like cobalt and lithium found inside dead batteries. Advanced tech allows these facilities to properly handle, sort, and recover these essential clean energy materials safely. This whole goal is perfectly captured by this vision: bringing AI efficiencies to Nepal's first e-waste facility, evolving our MRF building into a high-tech hub. It's all about taking world-class global sorting standards and successfully implementing them locally. It's real leadership, prioritizing extreme efficiency and safety to prove that a developing market can absolutely lead the way in advanced circular economy practices. Section 5. Scaling to new municipalities. The macro impact. So, what does this digital transformation mean for the wider region? How does this tech-driven solution actually solve the crisis on a macro level? Well, it brings us to a crucial number, 18. With a semi-automated, highly efficient material recovery facility, Doko's operational capacity just absolutely skyrockets. Their goal now is scaling their e-waste collection and processing operations to reach over 18 different municipalities. This means vastly expanding their footprint, capturing way more of that 95% informal market, and bringing more towns into a formal, landfill-free ecosystem. And having a high-tech facility means they can offer so much more to corporate and global partners. Because they have precise data, they can help electronics manufacturers comply with EPR, or Extended Producer Responsibility laws. They are fully prepping for 2025's DPP, Digital Product Passports, which are going to track electronic material identities globally. For corporate businesses, they provide verified CSRD, ESG impact certificates, which basically translates recycled electronics into exact real-time CO2 savings. And super importantly, they provide certified data destruction, ensuring corporate privacy is locked down tight before any physical recycling even begins. Which brings us to our final thought for today. Look around you right now. Does your office have an e-waste corner just sitting there gathering dust? Are you still looking at those old monitors and laptops as a disposal cost, or are you ready to see them as a revenue-generating urban mine? The digital transformation of waste management isn't some far-off idea, it's already here. It's time we stop seeing trash and start closing the loop. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I'll see you next time.